Hello, everybody. It's Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com. I know I'm usually on live with you on Thursdays. Well, today the tech gremlins must have got a hold of my phone and my computer. It was not happening today. So I have decided to just hop on and record today's live. So we're faux live. We're just faux live. My friends, I've got 3 great projects to showcase today. We're going to be working on some little treat boxes, little snack boxes. What you're going to love about these, they can be made in about 10 minutes tops. Easy, easy. We're going to go over Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter. Of course, these could be used for just about anything. I think you're going to love creating these. They use minimal supplies, and they are a lot of fun. Are you ready to learn how to create the little pizza-style snack box? I'm sure you are. We're going to go over to the stamping table now. Let's go get started.
As always, you guys know I love to provide you with downloads that have all of your measurements, the supplies, a place you can come back and watch the video again. Remember, we're making a box today, so you might need to come back and watch it again. You can click it or you can scan the QR code. Ordering happens right here. You can click there. And of course, I always have the pictures for you as well. We're going to be making this really fun and fast pizza style snack box. Now, you don't need a ton of supplies either. I kind of like that about this, especially if you're going to be making these for the kiddos, for their classroom, or even just, several of them for coworkers. It's great. I have a piece of 5-inch by 8.5-inch real red cardstock. Keep in mind that was 5 inches, not 5.5, so it's not quite a half sheet. I've got some pieces here. Let's see, I have Blushing Bride. This is a 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. I have a piece of Basic Black, 2 5/8 by 2 7/8. I know how much you love working with 7/8 and 5/8. Then I have a piece of Basic White that's going to go right there on top. And guys, that one is 2.5 by 2 3/4. So that's all we need to create the box. Now I'm going to teach you really quick how to do the scoring. So let me grab my, I'm going to actually use my Simply Scored board. And guys, I apologize if I sound a little flustered. When technology doesn't work for me, it drives me crazy. All right, this is all in the download, but what we're going to do, we're going to put the 5 inches up at the top, and we're going to score at 1 inch on each side. I prefer to rotate my cardstock around. I just think it's a little bit easier. And that way I ensure everything is scoring correctly. Now we're going to put the 8.5 inches at the top. We're going to score at 1.5, and then again at 3 3/4. We're going to rotate it around 1 inch and 3 3/4. Guys, that is all the scoring for my 10-minute pizza box. All right, move that out of the way. And now I'm going to show you how to do the cutting. So can you see we've got 3 squares on each side? I want to cut the score line right up to that next score line. Do you see how we're just kind of making these little tabs? So I'm going to cut right up to that score line. Let's do that on both sides. You know, it's really sad. I'm so used to being live with you guys on Thursdays, and I don't get a chat with you because, yep, my system just did not want to connect. I do not know why. One of those days. All right, can you see all of our little tabbies? That's what we've got going. All right, I am actually going to go in on each of these little squares, and I'm going to do what I call mitering. And that's where I cut from the inside to the outside. Inside to the outside. Do you see? I'm just kind of cutting off some of this excess, and it's going to make my box go together so much nicer. Now, this first box I'm going to make is going to be a Valentine box. I'm going to show it to you here in just a second because I know many of you like to see the project before we get started. And I'm just going to get these all trimmed away for you. And tell you what, while I do that, I'm going to bring in the box. That's what we're going to make today. Now, this one it's a quick and easy, guys. I wanted you to be able to see how you could create something really fun for the kids, especially if you're doing it for a classroom of, 20, 25. here in Oklahoma, sometimes 30, but we won't go there. All right, when you need to make lots of these, this is a great little project. We wanted to keep it simple. All right, my friends, I have all of that. It's prepped, it's ready to go. I'm now going to take my bone folder and I'm going to give all of my scored lines a really good crease. I am a huge fan of a bone folder when it comes to boxes. We want the creases to be nice, sharp edges. And then I'm going to show you a really fun trick for my box because you want to have a little opening in it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. See that little thumb hole? Can you see my little thumb hole? Yeah, we need one of those. And I got a really awesome way of doing that. I've been using this tip a lot lately, and that is my handmade tag punch. Okay, do you guys recognize this one? I'm gonna open it. It doesn't matter, both ends are the same, so just pick one. You only need to do this to one. And what I'm gonna do, you're gonna love this. This punch lines up on all three sides. So you're gonna line it up with all of the score lines, the punch itself. And can you see what's gonna happen? There's my thumb hole. Ah, do you love it? I know you do, because we love to be able to create those using what we already have. No need to go buy additional punches or try to bring in dies or anything like that. Now I'm gonna show you how to put this box together. You can use your favorite adhesive. For ease today, I'm going to use some multi-purpose glue. There's my tab end, all right, or my little thumb hole, and that is going to be over on the right side for right now, okay, because that is the lid. This one, this is my box. So we'll get some adhesive. Make sure you're kind of getting close to those, to the score line. You know, we want that to adhere down really nice. Oh, guys, it's so sad. I keep looking over. I'm glancing over going, oh, let me see what you guys are talking about. You're not there. Oh, technology. You just drive me crazy. Anyway, just know I miss you guys today. All right, I'm going to now put some glue on this tab. Can you see how fast this little guy is going to go together? Love it. Especially if you were making it for, you know, the classroom or for coworkers or maybe for Sunday school group. You know, we're paper crafters. We love to make fun things like this for different groups. Okay, there is the box. This is the lid. So now we're going to adhere these tabs right to this lid. Don't you love it? It's all one piece. And by the way, if you wanted to, you could get all of these scored and ready to go and keep them flat. And then when you're ready to go, you can come in, glue everything. We're all about assembly line, right? We love to do things in an assembly line method. So you could do all your scoring, cutting, and creasing with your bone folder. You could go ahead and have all that done. All right, my friends, here we go. That is our box. Oops, I didn't get one glued down very well. Let me come back. Should have held that a little bit longer. And I got that one a little bit off. Can you tell though, I'm just very flustered by that darn program not wanting to let me go live with you guys today. We're gonna try it again. That's paper crafting. Look at that. No one will ever know that I ripped it off of there, will they? We work with what we have. Okay, I'm gonna give that a little hold because I tried to put my box together and close it up before I let that glue dry. So, all right, we should be good now. Now my box is closing nicely. There's my little thumb hole to make it easy to open. All right, that's how you create the box. Let's do some quick stamping. First, let me get my glue out of my way. I'm gonna go ahead and bring the box back in. And guys, this really could not be any easier. I'm gonna use the Heart Punch Pack. All right, and we're gonna take this black piece of cardstock, and that's what we're gonna punch our scallop from. Now, I want you to do your best to get this right in the center of that cardstock because we're gonna use it as a layer. So you know me, I love to get as much out of my cardstock layers before I go and put other things on it. Let me set this off to the side. And now I'm going to take that, actually this was just a scrap, but I think I cut mine 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 of Blushing Bride. And I'm going to cut out the straight heart. And this is actually going to be adhered onto there. That's how we're going to use that layer. Nifty, nifty. But first, we must stamp. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to bring in my Stampin' mat here. And my stamp set for today is Country Boutique, or Bouquet Boutique. Oh, yeah, see, that's what happens when I had too much coffee today. I had a second cup. Probably not a good idea today. We're going to say Happy Valentine's, and I love that we're friends. Hey, Brenda, I made this for you. So let's start with our Happy Valentine's Day. I'm going to bring in a real red ink pad. And, oh, you'll see that we want, this will be the 2 3/4. I got to make sure I'm looking at my measurements. That's the 2 3/4 up at the top. You know how you'll know? It won't fit this way. So, you know, little tip from Connie. We're going to stamp Happy Valentine's Day up there at the top. And we're going to take some of the little hearts that are in this, and we're going to stamp those right there. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the other heart, the one that I punched. This is the straight edge one. And we're going to say right there in the middle, I love that we're friends. And you know what? Let's go ahead and add I just stuck my finger in the ink pad. It is a day. Woo! I'm telling you. There we go. Now I am going to go ahead and bring in one more ink pad, because this stamp set, I'm going to bring in some Blushing Bride, but this stamp set also has some little hearts so that you can fill in. So I can just add a little Blushing Bride there. We'll go ahead and add some here. Kind of just gives it a little something, right? All right, friends, stamping done. Oh my goodness. I told you it was a 10-minute project. So what I want to do now is I am going to find my box. And you know what? Just because I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and put my treat inside. Let me tell you about my treat. These are, yes, little Debbie, she's back. My doctor's not happy that she's back because he got onto me this week. But anyway, these were some cherry cordials for Valentine's Day. And you know what? They just happened to fit perfect in my little box. But don't worry, I have other things to go inside your little treat box. If the cellophane is like poopy, because you know they put that air in there, here's what you're going to do. I want you to cut the, just barely nip just enough to get that air out of there to help that go in and we don't get that puff, but we're not going to dry out the treat, right? It's just a little tiny piece. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there just because it's going to give my box some stability as I work. All right, we are going to add the black cardstock. Again, I guess I'm just in a multi-purpose mood today. And you're going to see which direction this will go because it's going to fit perfectly on the box. We're going to add that. Next, I'm going to add my Happy Valentine's Day. So just a little glue there on the edges. Oh, by the way, oh, and I should say this. You will probably want to write the name on it before you put it on the box. It can be a little difficult to put it on that way, right? Now we're going to adhere the heart that is in the Blushing Bride. Let's add that to the basic black because I love those little scallops, right? Very cute. And some Stampin' Dimensionals. And I do want to kind of pay attention because this is hanging off a little bit. So let's not go too close to that edge. So give me one more time to get some more Stampin' Dimensionals out. But you know I love my Stampin' Dimensional bones, right? Okay, we're going to peel some backings off. And remember, we're going to have writing here. So I want to kind of keep this far over to the side. And guys, that is how we can create a simple little Valentine box. So easy and so cute, right? Let's move on to Easter. because, you know, we also have Easter coming up. So I created this fun little Easter bunny, an Easter treat for you. And inside, well, jelly beans would probably be better than Jawbreakers, but I used what I had. Easter candy's not out yet, but April, it's coming, right? So let me show you how I created this one. Now, you know how I made the box. The boxes that I'm sharing with you today are all the same. But what I want to share with you now is how I created the front of this one. So, looking for my cardstock. Where did it go? Here we go. I have some, and this one I switched. So the back, where on our Valentine one, I had the basic black in the back. Well, this time I'm going to put the basic white in the back. So now for this one, the white is the 2 5/8 and 2 7/8. And the front layer is balmy blue, 2 1/2 by 2 3/4. So kind of switch that up. I've also got some pear pizzazz. Now mine is 2 by 3, and I just drew a line at 1/2 inch. By the way, that's not rocket science, just somewhere in that area. This is going to be a guide for me to create my grass. Okay, so just like we did, let's use this back layer for something cool. Oh, and I also have a little, baker's twine bow. Now for this bunny, I wanted to keep the bunny light. So I'm going to use some smoky slate, and I'm going to bring in another bundle, and that is the Easter bunny bundle. That's a mouthful. There's my little bunny punch. And it's going to match this stamp right here. By the way, fabulous little stamp set. And I think this would be great even for a baby card. Enjoy all the little moments. It's a new day. So yeah, this can be used for a lot of different things. All right, friends, we are going to ink up our bunny. We want that right in the middle. Where did my pierce mat go? It's over there. Well, we should still be okay, and we are. And guys, I'm done with the smoky slate. I just wanted it to be a little bit lighter color. So we are going to give our little bunny a punch, center that up. And by the way, if this kind of centering kind of stresses you out, you know what, you can always bring in another piece of cardstock, because I'm even struggling just a little bit there, aren't I? Trying to get everything lined up just right. There we go. And punch. Again, we're going to use this. There is my bunny. You know what? Let's give her a little love. Let's give her, I'm going to just, I've got a Stampin' Write marker, but you can use anything, whatever you guys have. And you can use any shade of pink. How about a little pink tail? Too cute. And you know what I'm going to do? Just a little rosy cheek. How about that? Okay. All right, friends. Now let's take the stamp, an Easter treat for you. And I'm actually going to do this in black ink. The smoky slate was just a little too light. And what I want to do here is stamp this at an angle up there at the top. Okay. The reason I'm doing it at an angle, now you can see why, because my little bunny, if I didn't get it at an angle, her ears would have cut it off. That would not be cool. All right. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and adhere my balmy blue. I'm just staying on the edges because, you know, we have all this cut out here. So let's add that. Now I'm ready to teach you how to do this grass. This is really fun. So I told you I had a little 2 by 3, which was plenty. If yours is shorter, don't worry about it. It's just what I had. And there is a line that I drew at about 1/2 inch. And I'm going to use that as a guide. And I'm just going to, can you see? I'm just sort of cutting little back and forth, and I'm kind of going at an angle each, so almost like little triangles. I hope that you guys can see those okay. Just kind of making some simple little cuts, and I'm using that line to keep me from going too far because the more you start moving along, if you're not paying attention, it's real easy to cut too far. And then we're going to trim this down, and we'll add it here. Whoops, a little bit further there. And then we'll add it to the front of our box. Now remember, I'm not going to recreate the box again because, you know, we just saw that, but I used the Blushing Bride to create my box in the exact same way. I used that same handmade tag punch. There we go. So, by the way, that line's going to be on the back, so it didn't matter that I did it in a pen. We're going to kind of fluff that up a little bit. Just be careful. We don't want to tear any of those. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and trim this down. And I'm going to flip it over because I want to see that line. And I want to go above it because I know I didn't cut below that line, right? So when I do this, I don't have to worry. See, I did have plenty there. But I didn't have to worry about hitting that edge. And now I have something to glue as well. And there's no right or wrong to the measurement that you cut that. We're going to add that right down here. And just putting my glue right at the bottom of the balmy blue. Let's put the my pen mark side down. We sure don't want to see it. And we'll add that to the bottom. We're lining it up with the basic white. Again, I don't want it to fall off, so I want to make sure I'm giving that glue plenty of time. I'm now going to add my bunny. So, and I think I did. I just ran out of Stampin' Dimensionals, but I do have some minis. So let's bring in some minis, which that'll be good anyway for those little ears. Okay, and one more for good measure. Okay, we will add this. Now this bunny is going to go down into the grass. So after all my tech issues today, as I sit here and record this video, I'm secretly saying a prayer going, please let this work, because I honestly don't know if the problem is with my computer, with my phone, with my camera. I don't know what's going on. Okay, there's our little bunny. Again, we can give that grass some texture. So cute, right? I'm just going to add the baker's twine bow. I'm going to just do a little tiny dot of the multi-purpose glue, and that's going to hold it. Look at that. Isn't it cute? And that was really easy to create that grass. So I hope that you like the Easter version. I've got one more to share with you. How about, I guess I should have done this one next if I was going in order of holidays. How about a St. Patrick's Day? I have to tell you guys, I learned something. I shared this last week on my video, and I was told that clovers only have, or shamrocks only have 3 leaves, not 4. And I was like, but aren't you, for good luck, you're supposed to find a 4-leaf clover? And she said, but it's not a clover, it's a shamrock. I'm like, okay. So I learned something there. So my apologies to all my friends that I did not know the difference between a shamrock and a 4-leaf clover. But I am going to teach you how to create this little version here, because inside this one, I've got, does this look familiar to anyone? You ever buy those boxes of chocolates? These were like Russell Stovers. Well, I wanted to be able to put some different ones in my little box. And you know, they always put these cute little, I don't know what these are, this little foamy, I don't know, kind of makes a nice sound, right? And I cut that down so I could put it in my box to kind of cover it, protect it. But can you see, I have some parchment paper in here because this can be a little oily, right? And I didn't want it to ruin my box. And of course, I didn't want it to ruin the lid. So I'm also going to teach you how to do that parchment paper. But first, I'm going to show you the shamrocks. So I have got crushed curry. That would be the 2 5/8 by 2 7/8. There's that basic white, 2 1/2 by 2 3/4. This is a piece of 4 by 4 shaded spruce. By the way, your box is also that 5 by 8 1/2. So the box, you're also going to have that as well. This really can just be some scrap, but that's about how much we needed to punch out our 4-leaf clovers. So I'm going to bring in, let me see, this is the Flowers and Leaves punch. Now, Stampin' Up! Actually has a really great shamrock punch in the mini catalog for January through April. They do. But you know what? I kind of was at a position that I didn't need that one. And so this one worked. Not that I have anything against that punch, but you know what? Now I've got some little scrappies here. That's fine. We're going to throw that away. So I have 1 large, 2 small. Now the thing is I needed some stems for my clovers. And I was like, well, what should I do? Should I stamp it? Well, you know what? That cherry builder punch has the perfect stem. So we'll do 1, 2. By the way, don't worry about these little leaves. We're going to get rid of those. We just want these. Oh, there's something that decided to come in and join me. Okay, so there are all my pieces. You can kind of see now how I got all of that out of that cardstock. Now, these needed some texture. That just was not going to fly with me, okay? So what I did, let me find my supplies here. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. I'm sorry. It got covered up. I'm going to take my, is it Forever Fern? Fern. It's just Fern embossing folder. Do you see the fern design? And you know what? It turned out to give perfect texture. There's no right or wrong where you put it. I'm just making sure I'm getting it on a fern. You're going to run that through your die cutting machine, your embossing machine, because that's going to give us this great texture. And I'll tell you what, because I really want you to see the texture. Can you see what a difference that makes? Yeah, it is worth it. It is definitely worth it. So we come back out. And now all we're going to do is just build our images here. The stamps that I used, because I didn't have one for St. Patrick's Day, but you know what? I had good luck. And that's what St. Patrick's Day is all about. You're wishing people luck. So we're going to take the Charming Sentiments, a shaded spruce ink pad, and looking for, there's my good luck. Good luck was not on my side today for my live, but thank you guys for sticking with me and coming and join me on a pre-recorded. All right, there is my good luck. Friends, I'm not going to do all of this, but as you can see, I took the wide end of the stem from my cherries. Don't you love getting more bang for your buck out of your punches? And you can see we will just add those. And there's no layer punch from behind this. Can you believe it? So we're just going to layer all that together. I also came in with the adhesive backed Milky Dots. Look at these beautiful ones in gold. I thought they just went so nicely. Just really added something. But now I want to teach you that parchment paper trick. So you want to add some parchment paper, some wax paper would work too, to the inside. Guys, this is a piece that is 4 5/8 by 4 7/8. So that's just a hair less than 5 inches, okay? And a hair less than 4 3/4. I'll get it. And now what we're going to do, it's almost like what we just did with our box. I'm just going to cut on these squares, just trim those away. Well, not away. We're just going to cut them. Let me give these a nice fold. You know, parchment paper is not nearly as easy to fold as cardstock. So we'll give all of these a fold. And if I remember right, I think when I put this in, I think I just put it in. I didn't try to glue anything down. Not easy to glue on parchment paper, I would think. So we'll just give all of those a little crease. Yep, there we go. And now this can go right inside. Let me get this little box so I can show you. It will tuck, and I'm just going to tuck these behind, okay? Just like so. Yeah, now we have a little liner. We have a little liner for our box. You know, though, I did think if I could find those gold coins, oh, that would be so perfect for this box. But I was not successful in finding those just yet. But I wanted you guys to see how to create that fabulous little insert if you're using something. And by the way, I want you to see, I cut mine. I tried to cut off the square. Don't do that. It didn't work. Nope, I should have left it alone. So that's why I wanted to teach you the right way, not the wrong way. But that did work really, really well. So if you wanted to put, oh, you know what? You could put like a brownie in there, or like just cookies, or, you know, a cookie. But, you know, little Debbie, she's great to me. So I highly recommend that. All right. And that is, where's my Easter bunny? There she is. So there we go, friends. We've got some great little boxes lined up for you, so that you're ready for all the holidays this year, right? Of course, this can be used for so many different things. You could even put some cash in this if you wanted a fun little way to give cash. But, you know, chocolate, candy, always works for me. Hey, before I go, I want to share with you the cards we're going to create next week. This will be Thursday, February 2nd. And look at this. Just wanted to say, I love that we're friends. Oh, does that look familiar to you? Yeah, I love that we're friends. This actually came also from Country Bouquet. So this is great that you can use the stamp set way beyond Valentine's Day. So I created this, and that's with the matching paper. But now I get to show you the cool part. This tucks, and it creates this really awesome bay window card. So talk about a mantle-worthy card. Yep, that one is awesome. And guess what? I also have one for the guys as well. This one definitely works well for my husband. This stamp set is called Tech Support. Oh no, I lost one of my little rustic gems. I got to go figure out. Probably just when I was bringing it over here. But this one, my guy is a computer guy. And so this is the Tech Support stamp set. You auto-complete me. You are the 1 to my 0. You capture my heart. I know. And look at the little hearts that look like computer. Okay, super cute. I didn't do all this one. I did lots of designer series paper. This one for the guys. This one I thought just kind of sit perfectly just the way I want it. I know my hubby is going to love the card. Guys, join me again Thursday, February 2nd, and hopefully Tech will work with me. We're going to create some great cards.
You guys so much for joining me today and dealing with my tech issues. You guys are the best. Hey, if you like the video, you like boxes, would you give me a thumbs up on YouTube? I always appreciate that. Helps me to know what you guys like to see and what you want to see more of. And if you haven't subscribed, it's a great day to be a subscriber. Click that subscribe button. There's even a bell next to it. That way YouTube will let you know whenever I'm back with a new video. I look forward to being live again next week. And I'll be back here on Tuesday as well with a new Tuesday tip. That's all for me, guys. I'm going to go see what's going on with this computer. Make it a great day. Go send some an encouraging card today. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.